Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm Rayleen Kable, your host for today on Soul Talk. Now, I did have some wonderful little plans to have a guest on. Oh my gosh. But anyway, as it is, we've lost our guest. I don't know where he went, but he may appear at some stage. Well, he's hoping anyway. I hope you've had a wonderful a new year. I think last time we spoke would have been Christmas time, and it was a busy time, no doubt, for everyone, as it was for myself. I'm so looking forward to today's show. I will be happy to take two callers if we have time. Last time I think I spoke all the time, which was not a bad thing, but it's nice sometimes to be able to give. And this year, I think 2023 is the year for giving and sharing and caring. That's, in a nutshell, that's how I'm going to put it. Giving, sharing, and caring. So wherever you are in the world, I do hope that you're having a beautiful day, night, morning, evening, whatever it be. Wherever you are, be happy. You know, that's the most important thing. 2023 can be the year of transformation for all of us. So especially on a soul level. So I hope what you're doing, where you are, what you're wanting, you're bringing into your world. I like my backdrop. I didn't notice it until our lovely producer said, Dave said, oh, I like your backdrop. And I'm thinking, well, that doesn't look familiar. So isn't it funny? Things can just appear without my knowledge. So, So what have I been doing this morning? I'm in Australia for all of those who are listening and don't know. So at the moment, we've got rain and lots of it just coming down at the moment. And it's good for the trees and for all the plants outside. I managed to actually get some gardening done, would you believe, weeding out the garden and, you know, not getting rid of anything. I was actually weeding the garden. I have a funny way of doing things. And when I say that, it's like, hang on, okay. We have Dave giving me a wonderful little write-up. Sorry. So, yes, I was weeding the garden and a big thing. Oh, we've got Suzette in Barre. Ontario. I can't pronounce that. Hi, Susie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful, darling. How can I help you this day on this beautiful day?
Oh, I was just wondering, do you see me moving or do you see me staying in my current house?
Oh, your current house. Let's have a look at that. Because I feel like where you are right now, you have actually been there for quite some time. Is that I'm getting like 5 or more. So how long have you been there, honey?
In this current house, we've been here 2 years, but in the area, we've been here for 6 years.
Oh, okay. So you like the area, but the house you're in has only been 2 years. Okay. It's really interesting because I actually feel like this isn't the first time this has happened. It's almost like, am I here or am I moving? So did you have something arise that may have said that you potentially might have had to move at some stage in the past?
We did move. So we kind of lived in a small town, and then we moved outside the town to the country.
Yeah.
And then I'm wondering, will we move again?
I'm not feeling immediately, I'll be honest. I'm not feeling there's an immediate move. So to me, it would be, I like the area you're in, I'll be honest. I feel that's very, very you. And I think it's really helped you on a lot of levels, especially on a soul level, to actually kind of like, I don't know, come back to your center. Can you understand why I'm saying that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm surrounded by nature and I love it.
Oh, yeah, I am too, honey, truly. I really am. And I understand. And I think the timing of you moving from, let's say, the big city or the city to the country was really, really good. And I think it's done the family good, to be honest. So I would say to you, even if you had to move out of the house, I would still stay in the area. I'm not feeling a move immediately, I'll be honest. So, but what I am being shown, it's really important that you make your house your home. So maybe part of you on another level may need to kind of like also just, do the trimmings and make it feel a little bit more. I feel the land you're on loves you being there. So I think that's a very important thing. And I do see you touching up things and changing things around you. So maybe you're doing a bit of planting and doing a little bit of painting that exterior of the house. Is that right?
We're renovating the house slowly.
Yeah.
And then we
Yeah.
were wondering, because it seemed like everything was breaking on us and trees were falling. So we were wondering if it was like the right fit for us. Was it the right area for us? Because
No,
of just everything falling apart.
yeah, and look, I'm going to share something that you may find extremely helpful, because my feeling is that when you moved into the house and moved on to the land, your energy was very unsettled, or the family's energy was very unsettled. Can you understand why I'm saying that, hon?
Yes.
So when you've come, the land is alive. Remember that the land is alive. And when you come onto the land wasn't used to your energy. Okay. So now what's happening, and I think you'll find this, I'm going to suggest to you, and maybe your partner and your family, or maybe you can do it being the head of the house, is maybe just sit and say a little prayer to the land and ask the land to be in harmony with you, and to work with you. And it's interesting, once we do that, what happens, and I did this especially when I moved to the land, and we have a lot of trees and a lot of things going, and snakes. We have everything here. And one thing I did, and it was suggested to me by a very good friend, to do the same thing that I'm suggesting to you, which was to take time to acknowledge the land that you're on, and let it know that you're working in harmony. What I did, I asked the land to support myself and my family and the animal kingdom, and I said in turn that I would not do any harm to anything around myself. So you may find, and I'm really going to highly recommend that, darling, because I feel that will be utmost helpful to you. But have you found now that you've been there longer that the trees aren't falling and things are settling down?
Yes. Yeah. Like the first year. So,
Yeah.
and then as like you said, I would go outside and just meditate and sit there and say, like, I'm here to accept you and adapt you, because the person who owned the house kind of just threw his trash everywhere around the property. So every time we're unfolding something, like you'd find a tire or
Yeah.
car mat or beer cans all throughout the property. And it's just
Yeah.
so upsetting. And then we were cleaning everything up, and I'm like, how could you disrespect the land? And it wasn't like we want to take down any trees. We wanted, if we take one down, we want to replace it.
Yeah, 100%. I so understand you, to be honest, sweetie. Same thing here is when my husband come to manage the property, he had to do the same thing, and we had to trim trees back, and we had to do a lot of nurturing to the land of the trees and everything around us. So, I feel a very beautiful energy on your land, and I think now that you're in harmony with the land, just remind the land that you're there for all the right reasons. You'll start to see things blossom. You'll start to see trees grow that were nearly dead, and things like that. I think you're doing a great job. So no, definitely stay and embrace everything. But yeah, I love it. I think you're going to be absolutely fine. And all the work that you're doing is being acknowledged from the spirit on the land, which is beautiful.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. That really means a lot.
And well, I think it's important for you too. I hope that's helped, my darling. Now we have another caller coming in. Gosh, today's show's going very quickly. And thank you for calling in, by the way, Suzette. And okay, we have Michelle. Sorry, everything went past very quick, and I didn't see where Michelle was from. Can I ask that? Alabama. Okay, Michelle. Hello, Michelle. How can I help you this day or this evening for yourself?
I'm doing good, and I was just wondering, what do you see for me?
What can I see for you? Okay, this is a big year for you, actually, Michelle. I get a very strong sense that it's time to get things done. That's the words I get very strongly. I feel like there is actually, I am going to say to you, I do see a female in spirit, and I am a medium clairvoyant, just for those of you listening. And I feel very connected to the heart, which could be a mother energy. Can you understand why I'm picking this person up, Michelle?
Yes.
Is that mum?
My mother passed. My mom passed in 2008.
Yeah, okay. And she says you've been worrying too much. You've had a lot on your mind this last year or so. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. She's trying to get you to kind of like yeah, trying to bring your energy. I want you to bring your energy back to just knowing that everything's going to be okay. You know, your mum's energy is very strong, and I do feel that even though she's been gone since 2008, her energy's been very strong around you. She's been very much guiding you, my darling. And although you might go, well, how? I don't know. She's not here. I just feel the right people have come in, the right circumstances have come in, and she's actually kind of like orchestrated that from the spirit world, which is beautiful. You know, you're a very sweet soul, and I think you've forgotten how beautiful you are. And Mum, in her own sweet way, is saying, don't forget who you are, darling. You know, look after you as well. I feel you do a lot for others, Michelle, and what Mum's showing me here is that you need to bring some of this energy back. I think this year, 2023, will be a year of getting back on your feet financially as well. So if it has been a little bit difficult over the last year, let's say 12 to 15 months, you may find financially things start to really pick up. And I'm also getting this sense of reconnection. So it may mean that people that you haven't had in your life for a while may be re-entering your life again and bringing back something for you, which is really beautiful. So it might be old friendships reconnecting. And, you know, I also see, so you're working at the present moment, dear?
So have what?
Okay, because I see more work around you, but I know you already have a source of work, but I feel like there could be another opportunity come in throughout 2023. So it may mean that you have not just one job, but potentially two jobs, or if not, it would be another offer of some sort coming through for you. So I do want to say to you, be open-minded, but and try to allow a little bit of joy back in. I think it's been all hard work and no play. And Spirit's showing me very importantly, the thing that is coming up for you is bringing joy and laughter back into your life. So if it has been quite a stressful couple of years, maybe reconnect with people you know are going to be lighthearted, people that are going to just accept you for who you are, and just bring that element back into your life. I do feel it's a year of getting ahead for you, sweetheart. So don't feel that although you're doing the same job and things haven't changed, that you're not going to be able to kind of like move forward because Spirit shows me here that you will actually have some wonderful opportunities to do this. I also feel that someone around you, they're kind of like being through a bit of a hard journey, but they're going to get through it. So I don't know if that's just a close family member or maybe even someone from a distance. So I get this very strong sense that, that this person may have been or may be going through a bit of a hard time, but they are going to kind of like get through it. Can you understand that, sweetheart?
Not the very last part you said.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite hear that either. Not the last part I said about someone close. Sorry, was that not the last bit where the person, is going to, I feel like they're going through an emotional situation. So this could be someone close to you. It might be a close friend, might even be a family member. But I just feel like whatever they're going through now, I'm being shown specifically they've been going through a little bit of a hard time the last 6 months. So you may not know at the moment who that will be or who that may be, but I'm sure after we finish our call, you'll understand why I've said that. But they will get through things. You know, this is a year for you to move forward. This is the year for you to find joy and happiness again, and laughter. I hear laughter very strong. But, you know, I do feel you have a lot of loved ones on the other side. Like I see mum, but I also want to say dad, but I feel like I could be talking about a grandfather when I say that instead of saying dad. I don't know why, but is dad still with us on the earth plane, darling?
My mother passed in 2008, and my brother passed also in 2008, and my dad passed in 68.
In 68. Okay, so it is dad's energy as well. Wow. So you have had a lot going on, haven't you, sweetheart? And, you know, when I say that, it's hard enough to lose one person in the family, but when we lose just about all the family members, it's so close together. It's you're a very strong soul. Please never underestimate your ability to rise above adversity, honey, or to rise above things. You've been born into, your family is a strong soul family. So I think you'll always have that beautiful connection with them from the spirit world. And please don't ever feel that you can't connect, because I'm hearing very clearly from all of them. And I'm saying mum, and I'm saying dad, and I'm saying your brother, that you are all very spiritually connected. So just always remember that, because you only need to call them in if you need help with anything. Does that help you, sweetheart?
That's all. Yes, it does. Thank you.
And I hope you've come into the new year with a beautiful, clear intention to make this one of your best years, because you really deserve it. You've got a big heart and you do a lot for others. And I think it's time for Michelle to do for Michelle now.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. So again, wow, what a wonderful show I'm having. I've had 2 amazing callers, and and I think when I just love connecting with you, and I love connecting for you. I was only saying to my husband last night how I feel so very blessed to be able to do what I do. And as I explain it to somebody who's never been to a medium or a psychic, is that I'm just the bridge in between. So I can't claim to have all the knowledge. Whatever is for my client in that moment, I'm very honoured and humbled to be able to bring through. And I think that's why I've always, loved the show being a soul talk, because I really love talking on that soul level with my clients and, with the spirit world. I have such a love for love and appreciation for the spirit world, and maybe more so sometimes than the humans on the earth plane. For those of you who've just tuned in or first time watching my show, I've been a medium all my life, and that sounds weird to say, but from a very young age, and I think I was only about 3.5, 4, maybe even younger, I've always been able to hear. I've always heard spirit. Actually, I see spirit. So there's not spirits. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say spirits. And so it's a very natural part of my being. And some people say to me, don't you ever get scared? I mean, I've done paranormal investigating, and that was very different for me, because to explain the difference between me just being a medium and working one-on-one with my clients, it is, that's a very, I have the energy set for my work prior to, and also when I know I have a client coming to see me personally. But when I was doing my paranormal investigating with Haunting Australia, I really opened myself up to a very different field. I was basically exposing myself as a medium to some very uneasy energies. So, for instance, here in Australia, we visited quite a few asylums and jails and things like that are now not in use, but for many, many years they were. And I remember just even going into a Geelong jail, it was one of those experiences that, oh my gosh, and I really felt that this sense of vulnerability, because it was like I had that much energy around me that I'm not in, and I don't like the word control, but I'm not able to when you're in your own space, you create the energy, what comes and goes. But when you're in it's like being in an open playing field when you go and do investigating, because you're actually open to all elements. And that's what I found different as a medium working with the spirits. And obviously when I'm doing paranormal investigating, it's different, because a lot of the energy, a lot of the spirits may not have been treated with love and respect, or been treated with love and respect in the circumstances they were in, whether it be an asylum or a jail. So I found that very very challenging, but also rewarding from a medium side of things, because it allowed me to really pay homage and respect to the spirits that were connecting. Although they weren't always talking nice, they may have swore at times, and may have told me to get out of an area. in doing so, I also would respect that. So yeah, it's interesting, everyone. Please never forget that the spirit world is oh so close. Our loved ones are never that far away, and that we only need to call on them at our time of need. And whether that is, for someone we love, if they're going through, a hard time, you can call our loved ones in spirit to help us. If you're not well, call those you love to come and assist. They still want to be very much a part of your world, even though they're coming from a different perspective now, a different element. They're still very connected. So please remember that, because I know as a medium, some people go, I so miss this person. I wish they were here. And, I had my own mother's 13-year time frame of leaving the earth plane only yesterday. And, where I can remember, I recall the first few years, it was very hard. And but now I understand. I have that understanding, not only as a medium, but just as me, Rayleen, that my mum is always there. And all I need to do is call upon her. So please remember that, people, because I know grief can be one of the most challenging things that we deal with on the earth plane as humans, but we are always loved, we are always supported, and we are always, connected. And the more that we remember that and stay within our own soul and know that our own soul can access those we love through thought, through feeling, through all those wonderful ways, we can always keep that door open. So never close the door on the spirit world and those you love, because they never close the door on you. And but trust. Maybe you'll get a little sign. Maybe, your loved one will turn the light or flick the light on every now and then, just to say, hey, I'm here. Don't think you're alone. We all have different ways of sometimes perceiving what the message might be from loved ones. And I have to say, Dave, I do actually like that backdrop. It's quite good, isn't it? I'm just talking to our producer in the background there. So everyone, life's wonderful when we remember the simplicity of it. And sometimes it is just going for a walk. Sometimes it is just, smelling the roses. Sometimes it is just going to the beach and listening to the waves, whatever it be. Sometimes we just need to step into that and allow that to be what, brings us back to our center, or what brings us back to a calm place within ourselves. I've really loved today's show, and I'm so very grateful for the two callers. Thank you so very much for your time and energy and love. And I do hope that I was of true assistance today in your readings. And, I really do love this platform and the beautiful people that bring this to you and for you. A big shout out to Dave, our wonderful producer, and Constance, his wonderful wife. She's a wonderful and has always brought such beautiful energy. And I know the network as a whole has such a wonderful team of beautiful, amazing, talented people from all around the world. And how beautiful is this to know that here I am in Australia, able to connect with you all around the world and bring through, trying to bring through guests. And I must say, trying to bring through guests, because sometimes lately it's just not happened. So maybe Spirit just wants me to be the channel and to come forth for you and bring through whatever messages are there for you. I know this week we've got rain again, so it's I know we've had a lot of rain in Australia the last few months, I must admit, but right now I think the trees are loving it, the earth is loving it, and all that weeding I did is just going to have to be done again, because now we've got it all coming in. So I hope you're having a wonderful evening, if you are in your evening, which I'm sure you are in some parts of the world. I'm about to come into afternoon, late afternoon, not early afternoon actually, and I love just being here with you, and I thank you so much for tuning in, because I think there's a thousand things you could be doing right now, and a thousand things you could be listening to right now, but I just feel very honored that you take the time to tune in with me on my show. And I love being able to work with you and your loved ones in the spirit world, as well as look at the future for you. So we are always coming back next week, and hopefully, well, let's see what happens. I'm not even going to say I've got a guest coming in. Let's see what what the wonderful universe will present for me. It's amazing because I always find just at the last minute before I'm about to go to air, I've got to plug something in, or I've got to turn the volume up and things like that. We're about to wrap up the show for today, and I would like to say, please be kind to your thoughts. Please be kind to your soul. Please remember that we are all unique. And as I was reading the garden earlier, something come through, and it was funny. It was like we can weed our own garden, but often we are more worried about what's happening in somebody else's garden. So weed your own garden before you actually focus on somebody else's. That's something I got. Again, I was in the middle of gardening when it come, but sometimes I find that's the way spirit works with me. While I'm doing something, the thought will come in, or the beautiful message will come in. So I'll have to write it down later so I can share it. But so look after your garden. Weed your garden first before you try to weed others, because sometimes, when we weed our own garden, we've got all this space to plant new seeds, new ideas, new creations, new creativity. And then, then maybe work on other people's gardens. So whatever you do, my darling friends, throughout the week, for those of you coming into a weekend, we are in Australia. I have a wonderful weekend. Look, I always say with love and blessings to all of you, thank you for your time, energy, and love. May your soul always be at peace, find peace, harmony, and good health. And for now, my dears, Happy New Year and namaste. Have a beautiful week, everybody, and I'll see you same time, same place next week. Thank you.